What up, everybody? It's your favorite Dutch cookie, and today we're going to be talking about how to gain actual AP, like more than 12, in ranked arenas.
True waffle.
It's a goddamn cookie, man. Now, to start, we're going to talk about what MMR and ELO is technically, like their actual definitions, so we can just get that out of the way. MMR. MMR is your matchmaking rating. Now, how is it calculated? Now, players initially have their MMR calculated based on the wins, losses, and stats the player compiles during their placement games. Now, what is ELO? The ELO rating system is a method for calculating the relative skill levels of players in zero-sum games. Now, this started with chess, and it has moved on to actual digital games, FPS games, yada, yada, yada. So that is what ELO and MMR is, now that we have that out the way. Now that we have the technical definitions of MMR and ELO, let's put this in layman's terms. Now, MMR and ELO is basically saying, given your skills, your shot accuracy, kill amount, damage done and taken, and some other factors that, frankly, I just don't know, but I'm quite sure there's some other shit that goes into it. You basically don't have the skill to climb the higher ranks, so we will dish out the smallest amount of points possible to keep you from climbing. I'm paraphrasing, but this is just to keep it all simple. Now, how does this apply to Apex? The game is determining that you just aren't a player who should be up in the higher ranks like Diamond or Masters or Predators because of the amount of games you are losing compared to the amount of games you are consecutively winning. So if you play 10 games, you lose 8, win 2, you will not gain any real AP, most likely 12. However, if you reverse those numbers, you will gain more AP. So if you win 8, lose 2, you gain more AP than 12. Now, I had heard that you need a winning streak, but I wasn't sure how many wins in a row or how many losses you could take before you started losing that higher amount of AP. So I experimented all day yesterday with this concept. And after a fuck ton of games, here's how it breaks down. You need a total of 8 consecutive wins to start seeing a consistent increase in AP. Your first 5 wins will still give you somewhere between 12 to 19 AP at the max. On your 6th game, you'll go up a few points to somewhere between 19 and 22. Your 7th game will be 22 to 26 AP. And by your 8th game, you will be around 26 to 33 AP. Now, if you lose your 9th game, you will lose 12 AP, and it will be like that for the second loss. But if you lose 3 in a row, your AP will reset back to 12 until you win at least 6 consecutive games. And then again, you'll start slowly growing the amount of AP you get after those 6 consecutive. So, how do we climb the ranks? Well, after you have won 8 games in a row, here's what I found. You need to keep a ratio of 3 to 2 if you want to keep a higher amount of AP. Basically, 3 consecutive wins for every 2 consecutive losses. Now, if you've had 2 losses, personally, I would close the game, take a break for a while, go eat a sandwich, smoke a little weed, beat your meat, whatever it is you need to do, but take some time, and I mean some actual time away from the game. Come back, play again. So if you do lose the next game, your AP should remain in the range where you were before you logged off. But that's fingers crossed. Now, if you are having trouble winning 8 games in a row, here are some simple tips that I think can help you for that issue. Number 1, your first 2 rounds, always go for the crafting materials and if possible, the med band. It is a good chance that your games will run long and you want to be able to have your best loadout to increase your chance of winning. Number 2, the game can only go 9 rounds, but you should know for each round what weapons you will be using, how much you will be upgrading them, the amount of meds and batteries you'll have, plus grenades. Don't sit there and wing it in the economy system. Have a detailed plan that carries over into all your matches. For me, I run the L-Star for 6 rounds, minimum upgrading to level 2 after round 1, 1 medkit, 2 batteries, either no grenades or 1 grenade. And after round 7, it's the 301 with the 3 times, 1 medkit, 2 batteries, and somewhere between 1 and the full stack of grenades, depending on how much crafting material I've gained over each round. Number 3. Meds and batteries are more important than grenades. I'll say it again. Meds and batteries are more important than grenades. Never sacrifice your meds for throwables. Now, granted, they can do damage, but the truth is, once you throw them bitches gone. And if they don't hit, you just wasted money. And even if they do hit, if the opposing team invested in more meds than you, they will have more of an opportunity to reach full health than you do. And if you've taken damage and used up all your meds, guess who's one shot and guess who has full shields and health? Now, who do you think is going to die? Number 4. Remember, this isn't the battle royale. This is probably one of the most important tips to me personally. This isn't the battle royale, bro. There is no need to rush around the map, slide, tap, strafe, wall, bounce all over the goddamn place. Arenas needs to be played like it's Rainbow Six or like Search and Destroy in COD, like Valorant, where you just learn the fuck out of the maps and their choke points. You learn the common lines of sights that are used. You learn the proper arc for throwing your grenades to land in certain places every time. Like, for example, when you're on phase running, you just come through the phase, you want your grenade to land just behind the box on the opposite side. You need to practice, whether probably in pubs, because why risk the points, but practice throwing that bitch and finding what angle you tilt at to make it land right behind that box every single time, or 90% of the time. These kinds of things will make even 3-stack predators lose if you play smart and you hit your shots. But you definitely got to hit those shots. That should be like number 4.5. Hit your shots. Because if you're not hitting your shots, you're not going to rank up. It's just not going to happen. Sorry, GG's. Number 5. One that's always said in almost everyone's videos, but it's the fucking truth. I don't know why people just won't accept it. You need some form of communication, preferably your fucking microphone. You bought it, just use it. Okay, I get it. People are shy or whatever the fuck it is, but if you bought a mic, you need to use it. It makes no sense to have it and not fucking use it. Okay? But if you're not going to use it, you want to be that douche, at least ping and ping a lot. Ping where you're going. Use the ping wheel. You know, hey, enemies are over here. I'm going to loot over here. Be as specific as possible if you're going to just use the ping system. But I say definitely use the mic, because communicating with your team in the BR, it's important. Definitely super important. But in arenas where there is almost always a club that you are facing of 3 people who are in the, the same lobby, these pre-made squads, and they're most likely using mics, it is imperative to communicate, because if you don't, chances are you will get straight crushed. If you've ever had a game against an Apex club and was stomped 3-0 super quickly, I can bet money it was because they were talking to each other and your team had no communication, which means you had no plan, and so you got shitted on. Now, I hope all this stuff helps. I hope the breakdown of the AP system, how to actually gain AP, helps you guys. If I wasn't fully clear, rewind the video, go back to the beginning, rewatch that section over. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to sit and talk with you and go over to help you guys understand who the fuck is Snapchatting me. Anywho's, thank you guys. Again, I hope it helps. If it did, you know the drill. Like, sub, say what up to your boy, Mr. Scoop Doggy Dog, son. God, I hope I don't get sued for that. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Stroop, 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 that nigga garbage.